and the horrible, horrible job they have done this season, and reasons why they have done this bad, and ways to fix it, and draft stuff, offseason, all sorts of stuff we're getting into. But first, I want to get into something positive, starting off with. I want to talk about the Pro Bowl. We have 4 people elected to be a Pro Bowl alternate. We have Derek Brown, who was snubbed from winning, Brian Burns, Johnny Hecker, and J.J. Jansen. I'm not going to lie. 2 out of 4 people being elected, and 2 of them being special teams. It's kind of sad, but it's the Panthers. So, I mean, do we really expect anyone else to be in there? But, Derek Brown has done an unbelievable performance this year. He's first in tackles for loss for DT, first in stopping the run. He's done an outstanding job this year, but somehow did not make the Pro Bowl, which I don't understand because Aaron Donald made the Pro Bowl, and Aaron Donald is not he's not performed that good this year. He hasn't had a huge dominating year. He's kind of slowing down. But Derek Brown has tremendously improved from last season. He's ragdolling people around. He's done so good this year that I don't understand how he doesn't make the cut for a Pro Bowl. And Brian Burns, I mean, he hasn't made much noise this year either. He really hasn't done that much. But I mean, come on, man. They both deserve to be I think they both deserve to be in it still. Maybe not Brian Burns as much, but definitely Derek Brown. If you're about to break the record in NFL history for most tackles for a DT, I feel like that would put you into a Pro Bowl spot. But apparently not nowadays. But yeah. Let's talk about the offseason a little bit now. But yeah, that Pro Bowl thing. Yeah, I don't understand how that got determined, really, because unless people just want to hate on Derek Brown because he plays for the Panthers and the Panthers suck. I don't really understand. But regardless, it is what it is, and guess we can't do anything about it. But the offseason, I feel like the Panthers could improve a great amount this offseason. They have $40 million in cap space. $40 million in cap space. But they do have to pay a lot of people. We got big names that are going to be leaving. Burns isn't going to be a free agent. Luvu is going to be a free agent. And Shark, I think personally Shark, I really like Shark, but he just doesn't perform until late in the season. I think we could use him to trade him, get a pick or something. I mean, it won't be a high, maybe second, third round. And then Jeremy Chin, those are some of the biggest names that are going to be free agents. Maybe throw a package in like Shark and Sanders and try and get some picks. Because, the best GM in the world apparently wanted to trade Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore and 50 of our picks almost just to get Bryce Young, which I love Bryce Young. He can really be a star. I feel like he can be a future MVP if we just build the right stuff around him. If we can get him a line, especially a line, I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna get into that later. But we need a line. We need someone he can throw to. We need a reliable weapon that he can always look forward to in the pass. 1 second. But that gives me something else in the offseason. There's some big pickups we can do, such as T. Higgins. T. Higgins will be a free agent. He's shown a little bit of interest. He played at Clemson. He's familiar with the Carolinas. I mean, having T. Higgins would be absolutely insane. That'd be crazy if we got T. Higgins. Because there's a young receiver. He's really reliable. He's good at creating separation. If you throw it up there deep, he's probably going to catch it. We've seen that a lot this season. He's all around. He's a good route runner. He has some good speed on him. He's amazing. He's a star player that Bryce Young needs. And then we can also improve the left side of the line, which Robert Hunt on the Miami Dolphins, he's going to be a free agent. That'd be a huge pickup for us. because Icky is not performing well this year. He has led the most sacks his whole year. Excuse me. And he's let up, I think it was like 30 something pressures and 20 something hits. It's not the best start for his career. He had a great rookie season. His rookie season was outstanding. Like he had like 2 sacks let up only, and this year just I don't know what went wrong this year. But this goes back to what I'm about to say here. Is my other talk about putting Shark and Sanders into a trade. Is Gibson will be a free agent. So if we trade Sanders and if we trade Shark, we can get our backup running back because Chuba is next year. He's definitely going to be top 5 running back in the league because I feel like if we would have focused on him instead of focusing on Sanders in the first half of the season, he could have had 1,000 yards a season. Chuba is averaging like 5 yards per carry. He's not bad at all. He's pretty fast. He can get through traffic. If people try and tackle him, he can break tackles easily. He's a great running back. And I feel like Gibson could be a good backup to that if we trade Sanders. But I highly doubt we can get trade Sanders because Sanders has a huge contract, which I don't think any team is willing to really take up on, to be honest. But we can only hope. But $40 million in cap space. I feel like if we make the right moves, but knowing the front office we have, Tepper and Scott, I just don't know. I don't have much faith in this offseason. But we can make it big. We could have a huge offseason and really improve this team. But we got to rely on them, which relying on David Tepper and Scott is not going to be what you want, to be honest. But I mean, hey, maybe they'll surprise us. And then speaking of pickups, the draft, there's one receiver that I've been looking at, Devontae Walker, UNC. He is a stud, absolute stud. His route running is insane. His speed is insane. He can create separation like nothing. He's all around player, and I imagine it as what the dream lineup would be T. Higgins, Adam Thielen, Mingo, and then Tez. Those 4, I feel like we could really strive with them because Mingo, towards the end of the season, he's starting to show like a little bit more promises here. He's not like the beginning of the season. He's looking pretty rough. It didn't look like a really good pick for us. But now he's starting to improve a lot. I have some faith in him now. He's looking pretty good. But yeah, I feel like Mingo, Tez, T. Higgins, and Thielen. I feel like we could do some damage with that little lineup right there. Especially if we improve the offensive line and give Bryce time to pocket. We could definitely have a winning record. But that's if the front office decides to actually do their job and want to win football games. And then actually, let's talk about that. The front office, David Tepper, probably the worst GM or owner ever to exist. He has no respect for people. He's emotional. He's arrogant. His ignorance is crazy. He's the drink incident that happened last week against Jacksonville. Threw a drink on a fan because people were trash talking him, which obviously you're gonna get trash talked when your team is 2-14 because you're the worst GM and you haven't had a winning season since 2018. He bought the team in 2018. We've had 6 straight losing seasons, which is just sad. He doesn't care for fans. He doesn't care for culture. He doesn't care for the team. All he cares about is how much money he has in that wallet. And then as long as he's getting paid and getting more income, then he's fine with it. Which, honestly, I don't know how he's getting income because tickets prices being 45 cents in a rivalry game is crazy. And you can almost get front row seats. I was looking at SeatGeek. It's 5th row, a 50-yard line, only $100 per ticket. Usually that's like $300, $400 for average NBA or NFL team, but not for the Panthers. Panthers tickets are you can take your whole family there for like low price $500. He's done stuff like this before. He's trash talked phase before. He's flipped off a fan before. He's just not fit to be a man or a owner. That's not his thing, and he's not a football guy. He's a business guy, which does not go good together if you're owning a football team because you don't care about winning. You're caring about how much money you're bringing in, which it's just not good at all because that's going to make your team go down. Like, I don't, I don't know. I don't understand this man's thinking, to be honest. But who knows? Maybe he'll do good this offseason and surprise us and sign some big names. Maybe he'll have his first win of the season. Or I think it might, yeah, maybe his first win of the season as owner. But who knows? Who knows? And then we have a pretty promising future, coach-wise. We have two coaches that we could pay. They both have talked about or had interest in Carolina. We have Jim Harbaugh, which I probably butchered that last name because my throat's hurting. But we have Jim and we have Ben Johnson. Hold on. Those two, we can see with Michigan right now. They're going to the national championship. He's taking his team to the playoffs. Was it 4 years in a row? 4 or 5 years in a row? And he's a really good coach. He's all about like culture. You can tell they're all about culture there. All about having pride in your team and like having confidence. Which is what this Carolina team needs. I feel like if they had the right group of coaches that can lead them, I feel like they can really gain more confidence in themselves because you can tell the way they're playing games, the way when Frank was coaching, it was sloppy football. It wasn't anything impressive that you would think that if you're in the NFL, you would watch that and you'd be like, oh yeah, I could definitely tell they're pros. You could not tell that from watching Frank coach a team. Some very questionable calls, like a screen pass on, 3rd and 7 for a game-winning drive against the Titans? What was that, dude? Like, really, what was that? And that just destroyed the team's confidence and all. And I feel like if they can get a coach that gives them that confidence back, like I think Jim or Ben Johnson, I feel like they could really help this team out. Because Ben Johnson, you see what he's doing right now for the Lions? 11-4, I think. 11-5? 11-4. 11-4. He's done great with the offense. He's a passing first type of offensive coordinator, which is what we need because we just drafted Bryce Young, which you might not see it, but Bryce Young has a really good arm. He can throw deep, but we just don't throw deep because we never call the plays to throw deep. And when we do, none of our receivers get open, and they don't try and make an effort to catch the ball. But I think, I don't know who would be the better fit here, to be honest. I feel like Jim might be the better fit because he already has experience being a head coach in the NFL before. He took the 49ers, I'm pretty sure, to the Super Bowl. He's taking Michigan to the national championship. I think Jim might be the best, but I did just read a thing about an hour ago how Jim has expressed interest towards Carolina, and David Tepper said he's not willing to give up control. This is like, back on David Tepper, dude. Like, he's just a greedy person. The fact he won't give up a little bit of control to help a team and help the team win, what kind of owner is that? Like, he is the worst owner ever. And it really makes you mad. It really sucks trying to root for this team when the owner does not even, they don't even care about the fans. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the team. The team is going downhill. It's been going downhill since 2018. And he just doesn't care. He doesn't show any way to improve. And that really just, it just makes me mad. But I think Jim may probably be the best fit here. Because honestly, if the Lions do go deep in the playoffs, I don't really see Ben Johnson leaving the Lions with that roster they have right now. As a really shocking team that just came out of nowhere. Last year, they started doing really good towards the end, the Lions. And then this year, 11-4, really good contenders for the Super Bowl right now. But I guess we just got to see. Um, I don't see him leaving, to be honest. But if he does, I saw him some that he asked for 15 million at least to get a head coaching job, which we have. We have 40 million right now. But I feel like after you add up all those big time players getting paid, plus if we could do T Higgins, plus any linemen, I just don't know. But I like Jim. I like Jimmy the best fit overall. And then also the staff, Thomas Brown. I don't know how he won second best offensive coordinator in the league. His play calling is pretty questionable too, but it's better than what Frank was doing. But I think we should keep Chris Tabor as special teams. I like what he's doing as head coach, but you can just tell he's not made for head coach. He's made more for special teams. But fire or release Thomas Brown because he's not the best coordinator. Keep I forgot what his name is. Our defensive coordinator. I love him, bro. He's given our defense so much confidence that I think we're like 7th ranked defense in the league. It's 7th or 8th, I think. But no matter what, being 2-14 and having the 7th best ranked defense, that's saying something, dude. That's saying something. If we just had that type of mentality, I guess you could say, that type of coaching on offense, it could be something great, I feel like. And yeah, that's about it for the future. Let's get into some game highlights. This game was one of the worst games this year. We got shut out again after we got shut out last week in Jacksonville. 0 points on the board. We lost to the Buccaneers, who scored 3 field goals. They didn't even score a touchdown. 3 field goals. 2 of our touchdowns got called back. 1 touchdown. DJ Shark dove into the end zone and fumbled in the end zone, which I don't know what he was thinking. Not holding on to the ball tight and just loosely jumping into the end zone. It was sloppy football. 100% sloppy football. It was a disgrace to watch. Unbearable. It was so unbearable to watch this team. David Tepper. It all goes back to David Tepper because he fired Steve Wilkes, who was doing an amazing job. He took up on the opportunity to coach after Matt Rule got fired, led the team to 7-10, and then we fired him. Now we're 2-14. We're actually 2-15 now. It's sad. It's so sad, dude, how this team just is so unbelievably terrible. Like, so much needs work. We need an offensive line. We need new receivers, because obviously our receivers don't know how to hold onto the ball to score a touchdown. They don't know how to get open. They don't know how to score. Our offensive line just apparently want Bryce to die. They want to kill Bryce Young back there, not blocking for him hardly any. It was a painful watch. 9-0. We should have 100% won that game. We scored 2 touchdowns, but neither of them counted. Which of course that would happen to the Panthers. It was bad, man. It was bad. Bryce Young, he played all right. He didn't play his best game. He played decent though, but we hardly passed it. We like to run the ball. Apparently, Thomas Brown is the worst offensive coordinator I've ever seen in my life. Again, running the ball on 3rd and long. It was 3rd and 14, and we ran the ball. I don't know what was going through this dude's mind. He should not have a job. He needs to hang it up. He needs to go to China or something and coach there because the NFL was not for him. And then we were throwing screen passes on third and long to add along with it. Kept going for it. Our kicker sucks. Pinheiro was injured, so we had a backup random kicker who cannot make a field goal. He missed a field goal. This game was just sloppy all around. It was horrible. It was painful to watch. There's so much needs to be fixed. So much needs to be fixed. I don't even know what else to say about the game. It was really honestly the worst game I've ever watched. Well, not the worst game this season, but one of the worst games this season. Everything went wrong that could go wrong on offense. Our defense played great. Great defense, hold them to field goals. We had almost three interceptions. J.C. Horn played a great game. Locked down Mike Evans. Dante Jackson played all right. Jones played all right. Derek Brown broke the record for tackles. 99 tackles in the season for, I think, all time, or for DT. It was a great defensive game on both sides, but the offense. We need to fix the offense. We need to fix it's the play calling. We're not disciplined. It's our offensive line can't block. I really thought Bryce Young was going to die back there. Our wide receivers don't even care to get open. It looked like they didn't even care to play today. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. I don't really know what else to talk about. It was bad football, sloppy football. That's all you can say. I'm glad the season's over. 2-15. Come back stronger next season, I guess.